Welcome to day 9 of the 10-day Off Routes Pikmin 3 challenge. Playthrough thing. So, this day is somewhat on par with the Tropical Wilds in difficulty, where that one was more complex with a large number of fruits to gather, a large variety of things blocking the path to them, and a whole lot of different things in different places to balance. This one is more straightforward but dangerous. There are some very risky pieces of fruit for all 3 captains to get. And so with less of a time crunch here than at the Tropical Wilds, what we'll be doing is loading them each all up with their own individual squads and sending them off to the 3 dangerous points in the map, just to get them out of the way first. It's not an efficiency thing this time, it's just convenience. So here's a mechanic that we've never played with in the game before: hiding. Enemies can't catch you once you're all concealed by leaves and whatnot. It's a little goofy when the thing we're hiding from is practically inside the hiding spot, but hey. The water skimmer enemies don't actually pose a threat to blue Pikmin, all they do is spit water. But since we've got the winged Pikmin here, we'll take care of them. I do not know why everybody just dropped out of my party then. They're extremely vulnerable to Goomba Stomps, especially when they're sitting and refilling the water. Just bear in mind that winged Pikmin can't actually do that. They can, however, lift this gate, and get us to an area where we'd otherwise need 2 captains to reach. Why, it's a feast of eggs. That we'll leave for later. We've got another hairy longlegs here. I suppose this one could be fought with rocks as long as you're willing to take the time to bring 2 captains over and throw every rock Pikmin that you want fighting this thing up a ledge. Although just like the one from yesterday, this one also moves between 2 arenas. And here that means land and water. Frankly, it's safer to fight in the water. Less risk of your Pikmin getting thrown off and then finding themselves distracted by the eggs that are nearby. If they're close enough and idle, they'll run up to those things on their own. So blues it is for us. Since its mechanics matter a bit more, let's go over them. Anytime a leg slams down, it'll be able to throw off about half of the Pikmin that are sitting on it. If you pay attention, you'll notice that any Pikmin attacking the further inwards limbs or joints are getting flung in much stranger directions. Or much less predictable directions, rather. Since there's a bit of time to spare this day, you really want to take this fight slow and steady. Keep things safe. The way these enemies work, they always step in groups of like 4 steps. You'll see every 4 steps they return to like a symmetrical position. Just like that. It's only from this resting position that hairy longlegs will ever shake any Pikmin off. Once they're exposed, anyway. So, with knowledge of that timing, you can get the whole group up there pretty safely. And then safely reap the rewards. Oh yes, we need that. As nice as the fruit is, that's the real reward for clearing this fight. For the record, this cave is where you'd go to throw a second captain and a bunch of rock Pikmin up a ledge if you want to fight it safely. It's not particularly dangerous. This place, on the other hand, we're bringing a small number of Pikmin in, but we want to be out of here as fast as possible. Because this is the den of the game's one and only Bulbear. It's got plenty of children, it's got plenty of health, and it's incredibly aggressive. We're here to get 10 bombs, get a piece of fruit, and get out as fast as possible. since we took this path in, we'll just get some winged Pikmin to carry that back. They'll fly over any threats. It's a good thing we've got all these bombs here. We'll be able to use them outside the cave later today, but yeah, it's a good way to fight the ballbear. And one of its less obvious uses. The explosion from bombs can actually uproot fruit and other buried items. That one's all the way out. So ballbears are so darn tanky that it takes 3 whole explosions just to get one of them down for the count. Thankfully, they don't get back up in this game like they did the last one. We have reds here because they can endure the fire that other Pikmin would die to, but you still need to be incredibly careful of your footing. As you might expect, bomb rocks are not immune to fire. And there are plenty of fire geysers out there, so make sure to exercise caution on the way out. It would be real bad to set one of those off. That's the 2 most dangerous parts of the day done and over with. Most everyone can stay at the base because we're not going to be gone for long. Just need a small number of Pikmin and 2 captains. The slide back isn't actually something that they can take the fruit past. But at the very least, rock Pikmin are immune to the piercing attacks that those bugs do. So they'll be safe to go back on their own. And while we have the winged Pikmin here anyway, we'll just avoid all the nonsense of these flowers by having them to carry back the orange up there. Or the citrus lump, I should specify. There's always something. Fighting this snitch bug with so few bomb-free Pikmin on hand is a little unnerving, but it must be done. Let's ignore that tadpole that's beached itself as well. So everything from across the river has either been carried back or is on its way at this point. Which just leaves the area directly behind the base. It's a bit of a complicated, multi-layered, vertical area, very interconnected. It's a place I like a lot. And in general, it's a place that you want to have all 3 captains present to try to solve. There's a lot of one-way paths, multi-captain throw paths, manual construction of 2-way paths. It can be done quickly, it can be done easily, but in general, it's much, much cleaner if you have all captains to work with. And a hearty helping of bomb rocks. We'll be giving those to the winged Pikmin to pick up. They're by far the most versatile at navigating this tiered landscape. Rather than deal with this entire winding path of snowball dodging, let's score another early kill. I don't think that was able to destroy the crystal up there, but we have more bomb rocks for that purpose. Another one! Obviously, these are not necessary for the plan to work. But hey, I've got them, I want to use them, it's fun. I love that produced enough of a tremor for the far-away bug to think that something's happening for them to possibly eat. Surely there's better things I could be doing here, jeez. Okay. Send the other Pikmin up already. Yeah, if it wasn't already obvious that this day is not on a time crunch and that the only difficult part is at the start, and once I pass that, anything goes, there you go. Brittany will go over that way to where a 2-way path will be built. and Elf and Charlie just have the original 3 colors together at last. I think for actually the first time in this playthrough. There's nothing in particular that any of them need to do other than the yellows. Their high throws and their electric immunity and their proficiency in digging will all be really nice in this area. These guys are a little too strictly territorial. Like, you can take 2 steps out of their territory and they suddenly become fine with you being there. It's not the smartest. Oh yeah, I do still need the blues. Silly me for saying I didn't. Oh my gosh, careful there. Yellows can busy themselves over there. No, they can't. Yellows can busy themselves by doing nothing and waiting there. So that hay pile actually gave us a nice path back up here. It's not necessary for, like, taking anything back, but it's very convenient for getting back up here if we ever need to. For instance, if we didn't have rock Pikmin, or bomb rocks. This will have a nice quick path back, though. Just one more thing to... What is that lime doing getting stuck on the ground? Pikmin are just so good at their jobs these days. Okay, I think it's finally gotten itself unstuck. It looks like it was moving. Yep, there it goes. And the sunset's moving as well. Speaking of, it's actually getting a little bit tight here. Quick check to make sure I haven't missed anything that I should have thought about. But this side's fine. I believe that cherry is the 12th thing that we have to collect. And as nice as it would be to gather a more or less meaningless data file, that's not what's important right now. What's more important is safety, so we'll just get rid of that bomb so that no tragedies can happen. Looks like a couple of blue Pikmin got knocked off of carrying the sunset because of a water spout. They're at least safe. There we go. That's right outside the base, so I wasn't too worried about it. And that should be our 12th and final fruit for this area. Or for this day for this area. I incorrectly believed that the yellows were still one of the lowest in numbers. That's actually the rocks. But hey. We'll get as many yellows as we can. Why not? And for being a simple 1 pellet, that thing is really buried in there. I guess that's the sort of thing that you just, like, start at the start, like, put a single carrier on at the start of the day, and go off to do something else. Fully unaware that they'll be working on that till about, like, noon or something, apparently. Yeah, that's that's a lot of weight for that reward. Let's just make sure we actually have everyone. There should be 2 sitting outside. Indeed there are. Everybody's safe. Everybody's safe, and we've got a little bit of greed going. You'll at least be in. Whether that gets in or not doesn't really matter. Oh, but it does. Because I believe... Yep, it's still... I actually timed it just right so that it's still doing the absorbing animation. Like, non-stop. And that just looks neat. Greed paid off more than I could have expected. Look at all those little bits of light flying up with it. Just beautiful. And no food for you, bugbears, ballbears. Oh, that's what the etymology is. I wondered. Up through the snow clouds and into outer orbit once again. For the final time. You know, now that we're not actually receiving new fruit, she gets to say different things. We know what all these taste like, and we know that they'll be great for blending. Yeah, I could go for a blend of, like, kiwi and plum. Maybe a little bit of grape in there just to, like, fill it out. But not too much. And 90 containers. Since we've gone 9 days in, that means we have a total of 99. And that's every bit of fruit. No fruit in the final area, only recovering the cosmic drive key. Whatever that entails. Yeah. Best not to think about that. Surely it's accessible. I think we're past the point of still saying a little bit of a juice buff for Brittany. 3 months to track down the cosmic drive key shouldn't be too bad. Why, I bet we can do it in a day. Actually, you can see right there the connection between the caves that Alpha and Brittany were in. And look at that lime get stunk. Zest bomb, excuse me. And there we go. Considerably fewer moving parts on this day 9. Simple day to end things off. Simple with a boss fight or two in there. We've completed our mission and harvested all of the edible matter from this planet. Or at least the 4 spots we deigned to visit. Just the cosmic drive key left. That will be in day 10. See you back for that. Thank you for watching this far. Let's see if I can do that, no deaths.